What is up, asswipes? JJ back here from Run Pure Bets with another free pick for you. This time it's going to be for Thursday Night Football in the NFL. Game will be played between the Los Angeles Rams and the New England Patriots on December the 10th. Current spread is Rams -5, total 45. Look, guys, it's been a long time since I've had a Thursday Night Football vid, week 11 to be exact. COVID's moved around some of these games, but fret not, I am out of witness protection and back for this week for week 14 after a little 2-week layoff. You guys like my hat? It's the holiday season, mofos. Okay, so Cardinals-Seahawks was the last game, and it was nice to grab Seahawks -3 with the win there. Weekly vids with Holden have done well thus far also, winning 2 best bets in a row for week 11 and 12 before dropping my best bet this past week with the Lions first half. Those best bets on Sunday for me are now 9-4 against the spread through 13 weeks. Holden picked up a winner with the Cooper Kupp receptions this week to counter my loss. These Thursday Night Football vids have also been profitable, I believe up over at least 2 or 3 units to date. This doesn't even include the stuff from Prize Picks. But look, smaller sample overall, of course. Anyway, moving on. We've had 2 winners from the last Thursday Night Football video. Ryan Prendergast and Aaron Sullivan both going 4-0 in the comment section. Good stuff, guys. If you haven't already, DM Run Pure Bets on Twitter. It's at Run Pure Bets, and we'll send you over a shirt. And as always, we will run it back. Post your 4 best games against the spread in the NFL this week in the comment section below. Go 4-0, earn yourself a free Run Pure Bet shirt. Don't be shy. Post your games. You literally have nothing to lose. This is a safe place. Okay, so onto the game here, because look, there's a lot to digest. If I could be frank for a moment, this is a difficult one to cap. My play here is going to be under 45. Most often, I have a good idea on where I'm going for these games based on the numbers, and then I just kind of affirm those by peeling back the onion further with some deeper research. But this game certainly has some zigs and zags. I'm going to put you through my process here for how I landed on the under, and if you are not interested in that and just want to bet the game, look, go back to jerking off. From a yards per play perspective, the Rams have the best defense in the NFL by a wide margin. They're top 5 against the run, and they're far and away the best pass defense in the league. New England, 19th in yards per play on offense. So it's assumed they're going to struggle a bit to move the ball here and score in this road spot. Now, me knowing this coming in, I would immediately lean towards the Patriots team total under at sub 20, pending your book. But here's where things get a little odd. This number at 20 is a number in which the Pats have actually scored in 6 straight games, and it's a number the Rams have given up in 5 straight games. So what gives here, right? How could a team's offense that looks below average on paper continue to manufacture this many points this consistently? And, you know, a defense that far and away is the best from a per play perspective in the NFL continue to give up this amount of points, right? About 3 touchdowns a game. Despite the Rams' defensive prowess on a per-play basis, there are 4 teams that give up less points per game than them. The reason I always dig deeper is because, look, yards per play is a stat that does get a bit overblown. I mean, look, all plays in an NFL game are not created equal, right? Like, for instance, plays ran in the first quarter of a game that's tied are not equal to plays run in the fourth quarter when your team's up 24, right? Sure, on paper at a surface level, if you're just looking at a box score, you know, yards per play, they all combined. But in the game, they simply are not valued the same. If you're up 24 late, you're likely to concede plenty of underneath throws that just will consistently gain 8 to 9 yards at a time. Again, just an example that you need to dig deeper than just simple yards per play. So the Rams, as mentioned, are very good defensively, yards per play basis. So why aren't their points per game matching? Why are they giving up so many points versus their yards per play? Well, look, opponent non-offensive touchdowns per game. The Rams currently rank dead last in this category at 0.3 points per game. Basically, 1 out of every 3 games, the Rams are giving up a non-offensive touchdown. Maybe call it variance on a small sample, but the numbers are what they are. As is, this is about 2.3 points per game given up by the Rams offense and or special teams. Here's where we get a bit of a perfect storm, though. The Patriots are actually second best in the NFL at scoring non-offensive touchdowns at 0.3 points per game as well. That's about 2.3 points per game in their favor. Combine this with the Rams' woes on their side, that's 5 total points in New England's favor in that stat category relative to this game. Back to some more data here. The Rams, or back to more reasons that the Rams give up points. The Rams are a below average red zone defense, especially on the road. Now, look, they're going to be home here, but it's worth mentioning. One of the worst overall in touchdowns given up in the red zone, nearly 67% combined home and road. Now, like I said, these numbers are far better on the home versus the road, and actually much better on the home versus at home versus on the road. The Rams are the best red zone defense in the NFL at home and the worst NFL defense in the NFL on the road. Lucky for them, again, guys, this game's in LA. May not matter overall, but just some more food for thought. Considering the Rams have had 7 road games, though, versus 5 home games, may explain why some of the added points discrepancy is there in form of the extra touchdowns versus field goals. They've also had a softer strength of schedule at home versus on the road, just also worth noting. Though, the Rams are the best team in the NFL in terms of allowed points per game at home. There's a huge discrepancy with this defense, how they perform at home versus on the road. Now, look, sure, no crowds, but at some point the numbers have to mean something, right? On the flip side, the Rams have proven that they can score points against bad defenses, but haven't really proven this against good ones. The Patriots in their last 3 games played have seen some very formidable offenses, right? The Texans, Cardinals, Chargers, and yet they rank 8th in total defense during their last 3-game stretch. Old Billy Belichick seems to have this defense playing really well. And again, my initial assumption coming into this game was New England team total under at that 20-ish number, but digging deeper, the full game under makes more sense. The Rams have shown when they play an opponent who wants to shoot out, they'll happily keep pace, but they are also happy to go low scoring if necessary and win games that way too. If you look at box scores, you would assume this game's an easy over. Just look at the scoring from both these teams in the recent games. But dig a little deeper, you'll realize yards will be or should be at a premium in this game. The Rams rank 4th best in football at stopping explosive runs. And they're best in football at stopping explosive passes. New England ranks 7th best in stopping explosive runs, 29th in stopping explosive passes. But this is a little swayed because Gilmore's been out a bunch of the year. When he's been in, those numbers are a lot better, and he'll be in this game. Now, as for the offense, these teams are both middle of the pack in terms of explosive plays. Now, why I bring up the explosive plays, and by the way, these are numbers that are from sharpfootballstats.com. It's Warren Sharp's site, definitely a good site, for numbers, handicapping, if you're into that kind of thing. But the reason I bring this up is, right, when you're betting under, you don't want teams that are going to be scoring, huge plays. And while you can't necessarily predict whether those happen or not, teams just over the course of a season are either very good at stopping them or not very good at stopping them. These teams seem to be relatively okay. New England has the little exploits in their passing game, but again, it's a little better with Gilmore, who's missed a bunch of games this year. Now, look, sure, broken plays for big gains, non-offensive touchdowns, as we discussed, could, of course, drive this over. And the number is small, but when you take in all factors, I have this a few points too high. I'm going to ride that small edge in favor of the full game under at 45. Now, look, guys, let's talk on Prize Picks. I actually like 2 unders in this game as a 2-player power play with numbers I feel are simply a bit too high based on sums of recent performances. First off, Damian Harris, under 10 fantasy points. Harris is in a current timeshare. Sony Michel and James White, who've both been seeing recent surges in snap count. Sony Michel could even see more snaps than Damian Harris in this game. Who knows? Harris is just going to need a script where New England is leading throughout the entire game, or he'll have to break a big run where he lands in the end zone. I'll take my chances on neither happening or either not happening. And look, he may need both to happen for him to go over this 10 number. Got this a few points too high. Happy to take under. Other one, Jared Goff, under 19.2 fantasy points. It's a pure number spot in a game against the defense he's seeing. Also, the Rams figure to go heavy run here to at least to try to open up the play action for Goff. And QBs who aren't mobile or very mobile have really struggled this year against this New England defense at piling up numbers. Again, at 19 here, what does he need, right? He needs about either 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, or 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. And look, Goff's got a ton of weapons, but I expect a heavy dose of Akers Henderson to take some pressure off him. This pass defense is getting healthier week by week, and I expect him to neutralize big plays. Overall, I'll take my chances that he hovers underneath this 19.2 number. Head over to prizepicks.com, sign up with promo code PURE, P-U-R-E, for 100% deposit match bonus up to $100. I give out plays almost daily over for Prize Picks on our website, Run Pure Bets. And Prize Picks, look, it's a fun marketplace where daily fantasy sports meets player props, and this market's certainly exploitable. Check it out. Sign up with our code PURE, P-U-R-E, for that nice $100 bonus. So to recap, I like the under 45 Patriots versus the Rams on Thursday Night Football. And for Prize Picks, I like Damian Harris underneath 10 and Jared Goff underneath 19.2 fantasy points. I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, thumbs up, create some fake accounts more. thumbs up. If you did not enjoy, I hope you wake up with an M80 in your ass. As always, drop comments below with your thoughts on the vid, and be sure to post your 4 NFL plays against the spread to win some free Run Pure gear. Also, check us out at runpurebets.com. We're giving out plays daily in all sports. We have a Discord chat and plays all day. And look, we're profitable, which really shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. All plays tracked as well. Use code BETS25 off for 25% off first payment. As always, guys, I wish you all the best of luck with all your plays. Be sure to gamble responsibly and stay safe.